Hello everyone, and many thanks for your interest. Today I like to comment on the moon reflectivity. Why is the moon so bright? The explanation given is that the moon itself is not actually very reflective, but the sun is extremely bright. It is said that the moon only reflects about 11% of sunlight. And as well as this, the lunar rocks are volcanic rocks that have small glass particles mixed with other reflective materials. And when you look at the moon on a full moon, you see it's so bright. I mean, you actually have to adjust your settings, exposure settings, gain, brightness, and contrast to be able to have a proper view of it. And through a telescope, you probably have to get a moon filter, otherwise it's too blinding bright. So, as well as the sun being extremely bright, it is said that the frost in the lunar regolith also makes the moon bright. And they call this the brightest places on the moon is actually the coldest places, particularly on the poles, on the south pole. There's some cold traps, and where there is basically water, and obviously this reflects light. I mean, there is a contradiction here because really, those coldest places are cold because there's no sunlight reaching them. So, why these areas are so reflective, In my opinion, my personal opinion, this is another important factor which is not being discussed or disclosed, and it's the presence of TiO2, titanium dioxide, not just in the media, but also on the highlands. When you look at Tycho crater, when you look at, the areas surrounding Serenitis and Tranquillitis, they look so bright, those craters and those areas, and it is because there is a lot of TiO2 in these areas. Now, what is TiO2? Titanium dioxide is a substance which is really, really bright, and it has a lot of applications in industry. I mean, we have so many industries using TiO2 on Earth. It's the brightest of known pigments on Earth, with highly reflective qualities. I mean, we use it in paints and coatings, commercial printing inks, plastics, paper industry, food and drink industry, and also cosmetics. So it's a multi-trillion pound industry based on TiO2. And obviously we need more of it because at some point, the reserves will be depleted. We need more of it. And bodies, cosmic bodies like the moon and some of the moons in the solar system, they have plenty of it. The closest one is the moon, so hence our interest. But obviously, human colonies already established on the moon, insectoids, reptoids, races already, set up on the moon. They won't allow this to happen because they already have some regulations and some structure for the trade they do with other civilizations. They're not going to allow us to come, go to the moon and take the TiO2 out. There's no way. So, we know that where there is TiO2, titanium dioxide, there is also helium-3. So it is a lot of. This makes sense. It's a lot of TiO2 on the moon, and there is a lot of helium-3, and we already know that helium-3 is paramount for space propulsion. Things start to make more sense to me right now because I can see moon inhabitants making use of TiO2 because it is so reflective. It scatters visible light. So basically, what these guys are doing, they're actually coating their structure, they're coating their buildings, their planes with titanium dioxide, with this pigment, to render them invisible. So when you look at the moon, unless you have a powerful setup, telescope and lenses, you won't be able to discern, you won't be able to see those constructed constructed structures, those buildings, those domes, you won't be able to see it clearly, because the coating they applied to those, they do it, for a reason. They don't want, space people or the people out there to notice that, they got this richness, of minerals. They don't want races to just come and start, taking this out, and then, it's a difficult scenario there. Conflict arises, and then there's gonna be war. So they want to disguise themselves, and they use the IO2 for that purpose. So reflective. You look at the moon from another planet, and you can't see anything because it's so bright. And I can see they have their own transportation system within the moon atmosphere, to move things around. And I think those planes or those spacecrafts that they use within the atmosphere are coated with this pigment, titanium dioxide. Okay, there you go, some food for thoughts. It's my personal opinion, but it makes complete sense to me. Thanks for watching. Bye.